food travelers. In this episode, we are heading to downtown Bellevue, Washington, and we're going to a Hotpot, a Sichuan Hotpot restaurant called Lao Matu.
Yes, Simon, and for the opening hours of this restaurant, they're open from Sunday to Thursdays from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. And for Fridays and Saturday, they're open from until 11 p.m. is the same opening hours. As Simon said, they're located in downtown Bellevue in the Soma Towers. And from what I read online is this is a pretty new restaurant. They opened in 2023, and they have a bunch of restaurants already in China, in the Chengdu, Sichuan area, and they have 2 other locations in California.
Yeah, Mike, the 2 locations I read were Los Angeles and Irvine, and this is the only location up here in Pacific Northwest. It's pretty interesting spot. We came here for the lunch service, and it was nice. One of the things, like Micah, when we were kind of going through about where to eat and what things to try, we saw they have a Barbie beef. That's what they call it, Barbie beef, and you saw that in the intro earlier. And that was interesting, and it was something I wanted to see live and in person, just to see, it's definitely Instagrammable, so you'll see a lot of people taking pictures of it and posting those up, but I just wanted to see in person kind of what makes it so special or so odd.
Yes, I mean, the Barbie beef, that's definitely something unique, I guess. I guess it's more of a gimmick, it's just decoration, but I feel like it can be kind of creepy too. I mean, if you like dolls, then you might be fine with it, but if you're not a big doll fan, then it may not be for you. But kind of a little bit more information about the restaurant. They do have parking, and they did say that they will validate the parking at the parking lot below. And I believe the parking lot below also has a 1 hour free parking. But there are plenty of parking on the street level as well, especially if you're here on a weekend or even on a weekday for lunchtime. There's plenty of that. And when we were discussing on restaurant, Simon, I thought it was kind of interesting that you agreed to come to this one, knowing that you're not a big fan of spicy or hot food in general.
That was definitely something we had to kind of look into. Szechuan and their Szechuan peppers and spiciness, that's very synonymous with the food. But there are non-spicy options, and so the 2 soups that we had, we were able to order 2 different soups. One of the soups were not spicy, so that definitely convinced me to pick it. As you kind of see through the video too, you'll kind of see that the Barbie beef, and I'm bringing this back up, but they kind of laid out as a dress, and kind of going back to what you were saying, Micah, earlier when you said it was kind of creepy, I definitely agree there as well. And I think one of the weirdest things that happened was actually as you're pulling the beef off, right? It's just the Barbie by itself, and so you pull off the beef, and then it's like you're stripping the dress down in a sense, and so that made it really kind of weird for me. I don't know if you felt the same or not, but I thought that was really odd.
I agree. It definitely is odd. You pretty much took my thought away right there. You're pretty much just stripping the Barbie down, so it's like a free strip show, I guess you could say. So some of the items that we got, like Simon said, we had a house spicy soup base, and then we also had the pork bone soup base. With the house spicy soup base, it was pretty much the lightest, the most mild one we could get. That was also something that the server recommended as well. They did say that if it's your first time here, definitely go on the lighter spicy side, as with Chengdu style hot pot in general, but not just with the numbing flavors or the spiciness. Their spicy level is quite hot. It's like a lot hotter than you may think you can handle, so it's definitely best to go on the lighter side. Some of the other items that we got was with the black leaf tripe. We also got fresh goose intestines, and like Simon said, we got the Barbie premium beef combo that also included the A5 ribeye, Kobe, spicy beef, and marinated beef. We also got karabuda pork. We got braised pork bungs, braised quail eggs, enoki mushroom, and rainbow noodles, as you see in the video. That's really colorful.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback, Micah, on your comment about the spiciness with the soup, we did select the least amount of spiciness for the second soup that was spicy, and it is pretty spicy. I have this kind of extra sensitivity to spices. Like, even if somebody is to heat up spicy food, I can kind of feel the spice particles. It's kind of odd. I kind of feel a tingle, so I can feel it. So even though it was really light, and I did taste the spiciness of the other soup, and it was quite spicy in terms of the spiciness. So any level higher than that, I would imagine would be, like, to me, fire. But just something to know that, yeah, so you want to be careful with your spiciness. It's definitely on the higher side.
Yeah, and another thing, I find this restaurant to be pretty interesting, or I guess not really interesting, but like pretty accommodable, is that you can bring the soup home or the broth home when you're done with your meal. When we were dining there, we saw a lot of other patrons there just asking for Tupperware and filling up their broth and bringing that home to finish later.
Yeah, that was interesting because at the Hotpot Micah that we've been to, we've never been asked that at all if you wanted to bring the extra soup back home. So that was definitely something interesting to see. Something I kind of wanted to point it out was the Wagyu Hotpot. Unfortunately, we only, in that platter that we got, there was only 3 slices, which was good because there was 3 of us there at the time eating, so we each got to have a piece, and it cooks up really fast. That's the one thing that I really noticed, that you stuck it in literally just a few seconds, it would cook up, and you'd have to eat it, and if you didn't, it kind of fall apart on you if you kind of moved it around too much or swung it around too much. But it was really, really good because you would put in the soup, cook it up in your mouth, and it literally just kind of melted in your mouth. It's one of those things where you describe and you hear other people talking melting in your mouth. It really did melt in your mouth.
Yeah, it definitely is a melt in your mouth type of situation. If you've never had Wagyu, definitely recommend it if you have the opportunity to try that. Another thing I also wanted to mention is the self-service sauce bar. That is a additional cost item that you have to add to your order if you wanted to experience that. And like other hot pot places that we've been to, they also serve soft serve ice cream at the end of the meal. I feel like that is something that is definitely needed if you're eating a spicy hot pot.
Yeah, I agree with that, Micah. The creaminess of the ice cream, it helps to cool down and kind of counter that spiciness effect that you have in your mouth as you eat the spicy stuff. And of course, I didn't eat as much spicy food as you guys did, but I did still have some, and it definitely has that nice counteract to finish off the meal. But overall, Hot Pot Bros, I really enjoyed this hot pot place, so I definitely recommend it if you haven't tried it, to try Sichuan Hot Pot.
And to wrap up our video, here are our notables. Unfortunately for this one, there are none.
If you've enjoyed the content you've seen, don't forget to support the channel and hit like and subscribe. And if you want to see additional pictures of food and our travels, go over to our Instagram page and follow us there. Thanks for watching.